BJ Minor. You may have seen him on a few awesome like places. For example, Hulu's Mike Tyson. He played teenage Mike Tyson. I literally wore this jacket today because he just did a Super Bowl commercial with the Cher Horowitz from Clueless.
I love it.
I'm obsessed. And when I saw that, I'm like, oh my gosh, like who material girls out there, it girls out there love all the outfits from Clueless, all the cute jackets, all the two pieces. Like this jacket is inspired by Clueless. I wore it for BJ because I saw him in that commercial and I'm obsessed.
Period.
Yes. BJ.
What's up, boo?
Oh, what's up?
Thanks for having me.
Thank
This
you
is
for
lit.
coming.
And you look amazing.
Thank you. You look amazing. And we match.
Cher and Dion would be obsessed.
Yes.
They'd be obsessed. Amber too, and she doesn't even want to give you love.
Literally.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. And we match. We're both wearing green.
We both wearing green.
The color of money. That's what I'm about this year. Like getting my coin, getting to my bag.
Love a good bag.
Yeah.
Several bags. All the
Several bags. So BJ, like we want to know like who is the BJ Minor? Like you're in all these amazing like places. Like I was over Christmas break. I was watching the Christmas movie with Phase on Love. I saw you in there. What was it called?
Games.
Santa Games.
On Hulu. Dope.
You killed it. I was laughing my ass off because you're so funny. So like, tell me like what it's like being an actor in LA. Like, what's that life like for those of us who don't know? Like, what is that like?
Well, I think for everyone it's different. For me, according to my Instagram handle, I'm that non-binary baddie.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like really interesting because like the trans and non-binary bodies that are trying to occupy this crazy space we call entertainment, it's a little more difficult for us. So I'm very proud of the success I've seen lately, especially being, it's an intersection, queer, Black, non-binary. I'm very blessed to be where I'm at. Like the fact that I'm working and I have multiple jobs coming up with multiple jobs also coming out right now, it's insane. But to be an actor in LA, it's not easy.
Tell it.
Not easy.
I know.
This is not the career for the faint of heart because like, man, we have weeks where we'll have like, I think one week I had like 18 auditions and then we'll have like 1 week where you have nothing, where it's just like crickets. So it's exhausting mentally and emotionally. Like it's a wild roller coaster. And the only advice I can give anyone who wants to get into acting is to love the process. You have to love the process. I love auditioning.
Really?
I think everyone needs to learn how to love auditioning because that's what you're going to be doing most of the time. You're going to be auditioning more than you're on set, and we get more no's than yeses, right? Mm-hmm. So it's like finding ways to make every single audition you touch interesting. How can you do that? And that's what I do. So I found ways to enjoy the process. It's not easy, but it's worth it.
So we've seen you in such like major like productions where you've worked with legends, literally legends. Like, can you name some of the people that you've worked with?
Lil old me. Like what?
Tell us, name drop. Tell us who you've been working with.
Okay, let's see. So Phase On, like you said, for
Phase On, Big Worm and Friday. Friday's my favorite movie, by the way.
Yes, for our folk who are less melanated.
I love Friday. I love Friday.
Phase On, Harvey Keitel and Mike, Trevante Rhodes and Mike, Russell Hornsby. You've probably seen him in everything you can think of. I was just telling him off camera that I just shot an HBO show where my scene was with Robert Downey Jr., so that hasn't dropped yet.
Wow.
Yeah, for a show called The Sympathizer. Alicia Silverstone.
Yes, Cher!
Yeah, it's wild. I had a movie that came out like years ago that I don't think a lot of people saw. It was in theaters called I Got the Hookup.
That sounds really familiar. I wonder if I've seen it.
Thank you for the opportunity, but it was so ratchet. and that I got to work with like Master P. So
really,
like, some really fun stuff
is
like that.
Amazing. Are these celebrities that you've worked with personally? Do you feel like they're very similar to what we know them as when we watch them on interviews and red carpet events? Or are they
just such normal people, which is so dope. They're all such normal people. Like Alicia, for example, was so kind and super bubbly and so similar to Cher in like the best of ways. Harvey for Mike was just the sweetest old man. He treated me like a peer. I never felt intimidated by him once. Such a like gracious scene partner. So all the celebrities I've worked with, I haven't had any horror stories yet. Thank
That's
God.
amazing.
Could you imagine? Like quits acting tomorrow. Like, oh my Lanta, what am I doing?
BJ, can I just say, I've told you this before, but
Yes.
you guys, I was blown away. First of all, I love arts. Obviously, I'm in the entertainment industry. I've been
And you're
performing.
eating, you're slaying, your
thank
face is
you.
everywhere.
Is it?
I can't wait till we both have like Times Square ads and we can take a trip to New York together
I
just
would
to stand.
love that, PJ.
underneath,
I
like-
would love that.
It's gonna happen. It needs to happen.
Yes, I'm claiming and manifesting that as well. So I appreciate. I mean, I'm not. I don't do this for the money, even though the money's great sometimes. At times, the money's great, but like I do this for the love of it. I really love seeing people's work, people, performing. When I see a good performance of like acting or someone singing or someone rapping, and I'm just like so touched by their art. I'm just like, wow, like you were born for this. And this is how
Living
I
in your
felt.
purpose.
Literally, this is how I felt when I first saw you on the screen in Hulu's Mike, the show. I was like, I have to know this man. Who is this man? Like, you killed it. This, like, just the mannerisms that you took from the Mike Tyson, like just embodying his teenage self. And like, it's not like you were even alive when he was a teenager, but
Right.
you killed that role. You
Thank
killed
you.
it. And I'm just like, he really did it. And immediately, I was so like inspired by your work that I had to DM you. I had to reach out. I was like, I have to know what's going on here. And like,
And then we got brunch.
and then we got brunch. I love brunch.
What, gays and women do. We just get brunch together. Let's go
Yes.
get mimosa.
Yes. And with all the hot goss, which we're about to get into,
Oh
because
my
I have
God.
questions. But like,
Tea time? What?
is it tea time? Okay. So,
Okay.
BJ.
Yes.
How long ago did you move to LA, and what was it like when you were first here? You didn't know anybody. You weren't this amazing actor on TV yet.
Yeah.
Like, you were new, green on the grass. Like, what was that first time like being in LA?
Well, I'm from Virginia,
You're from Virginia,
which is
ABA.
like country. Like when I was in high school, like sometimes our parties were field parties. Like
What's a field party?
because it's farmland, we would be doing like keg stands and beer bongs in a
Really?
barn.
In a
With, like,
barn?
with like hay and like
With hay?
dogs running around, like that kind of country. So coming here, it was like a whole different world. I'm just like, I didn't even have Grindr when I got here. Like,
Really?
no. I was just like, how do people date out here?
Really?
So yeah, my first 2 years, I can't even lie to you and say I pursued acting. Like my first 2 years I was here, I was hoeing out. Like,
You were hoeing out.
was
What was that like?
there's lots of gay people in Los Angeles.
Yes.
I don't think I should be revealing my body count, but she was a little reckless. But
Well,
she's
how
good
are you
now.
meeting people if you like never been to like did the Grinder, which is the gay
West Hollywood.
Oh,
Have you've been to
yeah.
WEHO's
But the gays are
crawling.
out. The gays are out
It's
in West Hollywood.
crazy.
Okay.
It's just like, where did you all come from? You probably all came from farms too. Everyone's repressed. Everyone's wilding out. It's just like, what's going on?
Not everyone coming from farms.
I think they did. Oh my gosh. All the child. Oh my God. So yeah, my first 2 years, I wasn't focused. So I've been confidently like pursuing film and television for the last 5 years. So I feel like I'm still learning. I actually
Okay.
just took my first on-camera class, started 2 weeks ago.
Really? Your
Yes.
first class? So how did you know how to act before? You just did it?
I took a theater class in college. I took they call it beginning acting in college.
That was your only formal training before you got.
So yes, in college I took 3 acting courses for like theater, and then I didn't touch it until 5 years ago.
Wow.
And then I just took my first on-camera class. So I've kind of just been figuring the camera side of things on set.
That is a huge...
Which is kind of crazy.
That is.
to
I
think
hear there's a
about.
difference between like theater acting and on-camera acting. So you didn't have any training.
And that's probably why right now is like why I'm finally to start like working so much, because now I'm just figuring it out.
As if it's meant to be, then it'll be a love song.